So Luka has a chance to become the youngest MVP in NBA history. I saw a thing on Reddit explaining that Luka can become the youngest MVP. The current record is held by Derrick Rose in 2011, when on the final day of the regular season, he was 22 years old and 191 days. If the NBA season was to start on the 1st of December 2020 instead of on Christmas, which seems likely, then the regular season could end around late May 2021 if the 82 games played. If the regular season was to end on May 23rd, then Luka could win MVP at the age of 22 years and 85 days. So can this really happen? So first of all, who are the NBA candidates for 2021? There's Giannis, LeBron, AD, KD, Harden, and Steph. Well, first off, there's Giannis. I'm guessing Giannis is gonna come back to his normal averages. 30 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. But the thing with Giannis is, even though it's a regular season award, I can see voters looking at him like, what did you do with the MVPs that we gave you? Like, we gave you 2 MVPs and a DPOY, and you made us look stupid. Yes, it's a regular season award, but it's 50% stats and team record, and the other 50% is narrative. The MVP voters are not going to keep giving Giannis these MVP awards just to have him underperform in the playoffs. They'll probably give him another DPOY, but I can't see them giving him another MVP. So then we have AD. It's gonna be tough for AD, man. Because is he even the most valuable player on his own team? Besides, unless AD bumps up his scoring and his rebounds, 26 and 9 aren't MVP numbers, unless you're Dirk. But that's not really MVP numbers. Will LeBron regress and have AD fully take over the Lakers? Even if AD has a monster year, there's always going to be those voters who say, well, you had LeBron, so how hard can it be? AD has a better chance of winning DPOI rather than MVP, just in my opinion. And while we're on AD, let's talk about LeBron. He was second in MVP voting this year, but he's in a similar boat with AD, because voters are going to say, well, you have this Anthony Davis guy averaging 26 and 9, so how hard can your job be? This is the curse with having 2 top 5 players on the same team. You win championships, but you sacrifice individual accolades. Same thing with Kobe and Shaq, KD and Steph, and now LeBron and AD. LeBron definitely has the narrative locked up going into his 18th season, into a new position in point guard. But that same narrative didn't get him MVP this year, with his 17th season, leading league in assists. So will it work next year? Probably not. So what about KD? Well, how will KD come back from his injury? It's tough to know, because 99.9% of players with an ACL tear come back a lesser version of themselves. And yes, KD didn't rely on athleticism, but he is a jump shooter. Is he gonna have the same lift on his jump shots? But let's just say KD comes back and averages his MVP year numbers from 2014, 32, 7, and 6. And I mean this for real. Is that enough to win MVP again? 32, 7, and 6? When Harden just averaged 36, 7, and 7 last year? And the year before, 34, 32, 7, and 6. Is that really impressive now in 2020 basketball? In 2020 NBA, is 32, 7, and 6 impressive? The narrative, he would have a good narrative. But is KD's 32, 7, and 6 better than Giannis 30, 12, and 6? Or maybe Steph's 30-8. It's gonna be hard. If KD wins 55 plus games in Brooklyn, he's definitely a top 5 candidate. Top 3, top 2. 55 plus. But is KD gonna have the energy to invest into the regular season to win 55 plus games in a very tough East? Is he gonna devote that energy? I think KD is gonna take the LeBron approach. You take the regular season easy. When you have your big games, Christmas, New Year's, you play hard, you go all out. But for the other 80 games, you just chill. Save your energy for the playoffs when it really matters. So I don't see KD having 55 plus wins, 32, 7, and 6. Why? For what? Where would he do that? Coming off an injury. And then there's always Harden. 30 plus points, 6 plus rebounds, 7 plus assists. And we know he's going to win 50 plus games in the West. For the last 5 years, he's been in the MVP conversation. It's always, is it Steph or Harden? Is it KD or Harden? Is it LeBron or Harden? And Harden has the narrative. With a new coach, can you perform the way you've been performing under a new coach? Because there's been Max Kellerman on ESPN First Take been saying, yeah, Harden's a good player, but his numbers are inflated by Mike D'Antoni. So if he comes out this year, 30 plus points, 50 plus wins, under a new coach, Steven Silas, I made a video about him. You can check my last video about him. I mean, he's at the narrative, man. He can prove that it wasn't Mike D'Antoni feeding him the ball, making him put up these numbers. And then there's Steph. We should expect Steph to have a "you must have forgot about me" season. Expect 50, 40, 90. Expect 27 plus points per game. But the question is, can Golden State lock up a top 3 seed? That's a good question. You got the Rockets, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Blazers, Dallas. Can they get top 3? What are they going to do with the pick? So Luka's going to basically have to do what he did this year. He doesn't need to up his numbers. His numbers are already MVP caliber. Can Dallas get the top 2 seed? Is Porzingis going to play for the season like he played in the bubble? I love Luka. I would love nothing more than to see Luka be the youngest MVP. But I don't see the Mavs having a better record than the Lakers, Golden State, or Bucks. In the West alone, there's Lakers, Golden State, Portland, OKC, Memphis, Spurs, Suns, Pelicans, all fighting for the playoffs. Lakers, Golden State, Houston, Portland, Memphis, Clippers are locks for the playoffs. They are locks, guaranteed in the playoffs. So I'm sorry for all the Luka fans out there, man, including me. But it's a long shot. It's gonna take everything to go absolutely right for Luka to be the youngest MVP. His time ain't here yet, man. He had a breakout year, but the KDs, the Hardens, the LeBrons, the Kawhis, it's still their league. It's still their league right now, man. If you like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe. If you made it this far, comment. If you made it this far, comment Luka in the comments and I'll know. Without further ado, man, I'm out of here.
Phoenix.